What if the reason you're burnt out isn't because you're lazy, but because your ambition is running at a pace your nervous system can't handle? Most of us are trying to grow, but we're doing it in a way that's actually breaking us. Today on Beneath the Noise, we continue our deep dive into the hardest lessons about growth. We're discussing why healing might actually make you less tolerant of the world around you, and why the most important progress you make will be completely invisible to everyone else. We're moving past the aesthetic side of self-improvement into the raw psychological truth of what it actually feels like to lose yourself before you find yourself. This is the second episode, and we're going to recap the first question we asked at the end of our last episode. So, Will, when we let go of those old dreams, of our old standards, we find that they change. We often hear that healing makes you more peaceful, but have you found that it actually makes you less tolerant of the noise and the fakeness you used to ignore?
I think so, because it seems like fluff. It seems like, what's the word? Brain's gone. Stop working. Come on. It seems disingenuous. It seems like you're just doing things with no real goal other than to stop me making progress. So, having done that sort of healing and learning myself, and still feel very much like I'm on that journey, I feel like I'm on the road, and what other people are doing is they're just putting in junctions and roundabouts and traffic lights and things that are just going to get in the way and stop me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so there are more barriers. That outside noise is almost distractions, and because you can see the way through the traffic, or at least you understand the journey that it takes to get from where you are and continue along that road, the outside noise of people that are maybe not on the same path is, like you say, a deviation from that path. It's a roundabout, it's a stop here sign that's just going to throw you off course. And obviously when you're not on that road, you're not aware of that. You're just sort of available for the world to toss and turn you wherever it might want to. Whereas if you feel confident on the road you're taking, you can hear that, and you're likely going to become less tolerant of it because you understand what it means to be on that path. I don't know if I would say whether it ruins your peace. I suppose when you're on that journey, you would have to be protective of your peace. But I don't know if it would ruin your peace unless you allowed it to.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I've found it more to be like, when you're in flow state and you're just, the world is sort of there and it's not that much of a consideration, you're just zoned in. That is where I find peace. So other people creating distractions, it's like, I just want to sort of bat it away. It's like, no, this is my thing. And then if I come out of a period of intense focus / have been peaceful too long, then I still don't have time for just fluff and rubbish. It's like, if I don't think something is productive use of my time, I just won't do it because I know what my goal is.
Yeah.
And that is personal as well as professional. But personally, like, if I want to spend time with Soph, there is nothing anyone's going to do that's going to stop me doing that.
So do you think people's ambition outruns their nervous system? So what I mean by that is, so much of what society or people call drive, I suppose, is just trauma or fear-based survival responses, fight or flight or freeze, fueled by the stress hormone. So do you think it's sustainable, grounded motivation, or do you think ambition is just keeping your nervous system in a loop of self-preservation? Feel free to answer this, whether it's for you or whether you think for sort of the people at large, the general population. I suppose ambition can definitely be used as a safety mechanism. So you'd learn in life that your worth is tied to performance. I'm not saying this for you. I'm saying some people out there might learn that their worth is tied to their performance. So I suppose that would then condition your ambition, your nervous system, to associate achievement with value, of being enough, and rest as a negative, as something to be avoided, as a risk almost, because it's going to question your sense of self and your self-worth. So that way the drive to succeed would be a desperate attempt to outrun feelings. So ambition, I suppose, can be extremely positive, but if the ambition is coming from your nervous system or trying to outrun your nervous system, it can be quite damaging.
Yeah, I would definitely relate to that. Like, I feel like my worth comes from what I can bring to the table, not from just me being, it's my skills, it's my acquired knowledge, it's my, following, it's my philosophy on life. That's what I can bring to the table, not just me, so when I'm working, I'm doing it with such a veracity because that's where my worth comes from.